Welcome to our executive interview series at the Google Public Sector Forum. I'm Wyatt Cash with Scoop News Group, and joining us today is Ed Van Buren, Principal for Deloitte Consulting and Government AI Leader, and also Vishal Kapur, Principal at Deloitte and also Google Alliance Leader. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here.
Pleasure to be here.
So Ed, I'd like to start with you, if I may. Where do you believe AI is really having the greatest impact on the public sector in the way of delivering on mission outcomes?
Great question, Wyatt. I mean, when we look at the role of government, it's to serve our citizens primarily. And the way that government typically does that is through a number of programs that provide benefits and services at the federal, state, and local levels. And those programs result in a number of citizen interactions. There are web portals where citizens interact with government. There are call centers where citizens interact with government, and there are caseworkers that work directly with citizens. And in all of those modalities, the power of generative AI to help is tremendous. Generative AI allows the policy and the expertise of those organizations to be quickly synthesized, either directly for the citizen or for the caseworker who's working with that citizen. And in all those situations, it helps the citizen get what they need faster, more effectively, and more appropriately.
And then Vishal, where are you seeing advances in the way of new tools and technologies that are also having the greatest impact on improving public sector mission outcomes?
Yeah, I think, and that's really the exciting part, what we've seen over the last few months. Ed touched upon synthesizing information. When we talk about information, it's structured data. More importantly, it's unstructured data. It's documents and images, it's videos. And being able to synthesize and derive insights from that collection of data is really game-changing. Google Cloud, for example, has brought together Google search capabilities, conversational AI capabilities, combining with their Vertex AI platform to be able to have question and answer kind of interfaces on a corpus of documents, being able to have search capability across your internal data sets. We are seeing massive capabilities from Google Earth Engine when you combine it with data sets, 800 plus data sets that it's pre-aggregated from satellite imagery. Deloitte is combining our own demographic data sets, that we've developed to be able to really create scenario planning solutions, to be able to predict, plan for the future events, respond to operational realities today, but also be able to predict what actions government should take in the event of climate change, demographic shifts, conflicts, sort of the global evolution. So a lot of technologies fundamentally able to allow us to have insights in this kind of fashion to really impact government mission.
And then how would you say generative AI in particular is playing a larger role in securing public sector mission activities?
If you think about it, again, related to this concept of information, the more information becomes central to how we execute work, cyber threats become more and more prevalent. Cyber is another form of a very, very large data insights problem. Being able to use generative AI to detect vulnerabilities, look at the cluster of vulnerabilities, really identify patterns and identify the ones that we need to take action on. Generative AI has tremendous capability there. We've seen large language models specifically created in the security domain by Google as an example. Deloitte is building solutions surrounding that, exercising our domain expertise in the cybersphere, but combining these tools to really challenge the way cyber work has been done and making it much more efficient, much more effective, much more proactive than sort of the reactive postures that everybody has been over the last couple of decades.
I'd also add, in the systems that we deploy for our government clients, providing benefits, helping citizens, those systems all have to rely on trustworthy AI capabilities. To make sure that the AI tools that are used in those systems are operating safely and securely and within bounds for the tasks at hand.
That's a great point. And then Ed, lastly, how are cloud-based collaboration tools helping government agencies to really improve not only their collaboration among agencies and with partners, but also just be more productive?
I mean, I think if we look back to the pandemic, we quickly saw the entire government workforce or massive parts of the government workforce have to go into a hybrid posture right away. And the ability to use cloud collaboration tools enabled the government to keep functioning. It enabled private industry to keep functioning, and bringing the ability to work remotely in different geographies, in different time zones, with the ability to all share a common set of data, creates this opportunity where we can collaborate, but we can also benefit from this information, and we can use tools like generative AI on that data to help us be more efficient and productive as we're working together. So I think cloud has been absolutely critical in the way that government and private industry have been working in the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. I think cloud's capability at that time was really revealed because we had to make those changes during the pandemic and got to see really the power of what that could do for agencies. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at the Google Public Sector Forum. We really appreciate it.
Thanks very
so
much.
much.